A significant diplomatic conflict has erupted between the United States and Colombia. It began when President Donald Trump made a strong accusation. He called Colombian President Gustavo Petro a drug leader. Trump claimed Petro's government is encouraging narcotics production on a massive scale. The public declaration set off a chain reaction. Trump did not stop with words. He announced an immediate halt to U.S. aid payments to Colombia. He also threatened new economic tariffs, risking the trade relationship. This is a serious situation and a dramatic policy shift. At its core is frustration over rising cocaine production. Trump argues U.S. financial support has been wasted, a long-term ripoff of America. He says Colombia under Petro does little to stop the flow of drugs. Bogotá responded swiftly, rejecting the accusations. The foreign ministry called the remarks a direct threat to national sovereignty and illegal intervention. Trump favors pressure and punishment. Petro urges respect, social development, and rethinking old strategies. The crisis did not appear out of nowhere. It escalated through key events. In September, tensions rose sharply. The U.S. conducted lethal strikes on boats in the Caribbean. Sites off Colombia and Venezuela were disputed. Washington said the targets were drug traffickers. President Petro strongly disagreed. He pointed to a strike on September 16th. Petro said Alejandro Carranza, a fisherman, was killed. He insisted Carranza had engine trouble and no drug links. After the strikes, Trump posted on social media. It was written entirely in capital letters. He accused Petro of doing nothing to stop drug production. Then he declared an immediate end to payments and subsidies to Colombia. The policy shift arrived via social media, not diplomatic cables. To understand the conflict, consider the numbers. The United States has provided substantial aid to Colombia, about $14 billion this century, for military modernization, for demining after Civil War, and for counter-narcotics operations. This year alone, roughly 210 to 230 million. About 31 million supports agriculture. Yet Colombia faces the largest cocaine boom in history. Production today is staggering, more than 6 times the volume at the time of Escobar's death in 1993. Colombia now outpaces Peru and Bolivia combined. Last year, Washington decertified Colombia as a partner in the drug fight, a major diplomatic blow, signaling fading patience. That move set the stage for the more drastic actions now underway. Colombia presented a united front. Ministers lined up to defend the country. Crowds showed national unity. Defense Minister Pedro Sanchez said Colombia has used all its capability fighting traffickers. He reminded the world of the lives lost, men and women. In Washington, many feel let down. Trump argues American generosity has been taken for granted. He sees hundreds of millions paid while production worsens. He claims leadership is failing and even encouraging the trade. Thus, cutting aid is framed as stopping a ripoff. Legal and human rights groups raised alarms about the sea strikes. More than 24 deaths have stirred grief and anger. They question using lethal force without due process. They fear innocents like a fisherman named Alejandro Carranza were killed. Calls grow for investigations and adherence to international law. The escalating war of words leaves U.S.-Colombia relations uncertain. Trust has eroded on both sides. Trade and aid are both at risk. Cutting off aid could have immediate effects on security programs. Funding has modernized forces and supported police operations. Without it, counter-narcotics capacity may weaken. Aid also backs alternative development for poor farmers, helping shift from coca to legal crops. Losing support could worsen the drug problem. Tariff threats add economic risk to exports. Coffee, flowers, and fruits face potential new costs. U.S. consumers could pay more. Colombian sales could fall. Economic pain could destabilize communities and empower cartels. Two approaches collide: pressure for quick results versus sovereignty and strategy change. Only careful diplomacy, clear facts, and shared security goals can chart a difficult path forward.